Welcome to another review here on Ray Runner Does Music. Today we're looking at one of my favorite bands, The Bunny and the Bear, and their recent release, The Way We Rust. Now, I'm relatively new to the band, having only listened to them for about a year this upcoming December, somewhere about there, yeah. My friend Ashley actually introduced me to them before I've heard a couple of the songs walking into Hot Topic. Ooh, the songs that you hear in Hot Topic. Trash or Shiny Trash? It's a pick. It's your pick. It's a toss-up. The Bunny the Bear is a very unique band, to say the least. They take post-hardcore, which is a genre where you're either good, you're technical, or you're trying way too hard, and they mix that together with electronic. Weird combination there, but it actually proves to be very well done, very fused together, quite flawlessly, I must say. It's one of those genre fusions that just works together like you would not expect it, such as rock and pop, or pop and punk. Who doesn't love a little pop punk? I love it. Look at my reviews on this channel. Love it a lot. Unless it's terrible like a Knuckle Puck. But Matthew Tybor here, the founding member and only consistent member of the band, comes together with Joseph Garcia, who is the bear, you know, the bunny, the bear, tomato, diabetes, McDonald's, minimum wage, Taco Bell, you know, same deal. And they've released, well, Matthew Tybor has released with the band, because again, very inconsistent lineup, has released 7 albums, 1 EP, and 3 Rarity albums, those being 2 Rarities Volume 1 and 2, and then an album called Where It Began. I have all 3 of those signed on my wall, so I had to look up there. Along with many other, like there's an acoustic EP. This band is one that's very dedicated to giving its fan base the type of content it deserves, but what did they put out here for the album itself here? Well, after cycling to their now 4th bear, technically the 2nd bear, because Joseph Garcia was originally a touring member of the band, but of course now he's here and he's the current bear. The Way We Rust is honestly the essential The Bunny the Bear album, in my honest opinion. It has the chaotic elements of early albums like Stories, and the sheer eloquence and calculation and mainstream appeal that can be presented to a wider audience in albums like A Liar Wrote This or Food Chain. Quite similar to both of these releases, both of the singers share equal footing in terms of singing. Matthew is handling the clean vocals with it. Thanks, Cher, I appreciate that. Matthew Tybor is handling the clean vocals with very raspy, very, you know it's him. There's no disputing that's him. You can't confuse him with another vocalist. Well, he does yell a lot like the guy from Knuckle Puck, but The Bunny the Bear is actually a good band. Oh no. I mean, Joseph Garcia has this very poet-destined voice, the kind of voice you expect to be reading off Shakespeare, not these very beautiful and precise lyrics put out in this. That was a lot of syllables put out in this album. But before we get into the album's core review and the goods and the bads, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Go Google the track list for this album. Google it right now. You see it? Do you see the thing I want to talk about? There are 3 interlude tracks. And interlude tracks for me, I'm very indifferent about them. There are some that I love very much. Like, I don't recall the name at this very moment, but I believe My Chemical Romance had an interlude track on their 3 Cheers album. Not that bad at all. It was very mood-setty. And The Bunny and the Bear takes the whole idea of a interlude track being a mood setter, a very atmospheric time filler, and they fill it with the actual content and, in fact, very good core music here with Bloody Mary, Revisiting Romance, and one more that escapes me at this moment. I was very skeptical when I saw this because I thought, 3 interludes, they're just trying to pack this together. Matthew, I love you, I follow you on Facebook, but maybe trying a little too hard there. But then I actually listened to the full album, and the interludes fit in quite well with the rest of the album. But let's talk about the actual songs themselves. Now, those aren't actual songs. I blindly invested money into this band before shelling out a decent amount of money for a copy of A Liar Wrote This, and I was not disappointed. And this album, I really wish I shelled out the money for this. I wish I got all the bundles I could, because this is their best album, without a doubt. They take simple things, such as just allusions to elements of addiction, love, getting over loss, all elements that are quite well explored in the Bunny the Bear's discography in general, but especially from Matthew Tybor, the Bunny's personal experiences in life. He takes personal experiences and just lays them out on the table, not only in these songs in this album, but in the music in general for this band, and he does things very well here. You have songs like Heart with a Hole or Bloody Lip, which steal the show, and the fact that they're made for the stage. They're made to be played out there in a scene where you got kids in the crowd moshing, someone's at the bar drunk off their ass trying to get more, somebody's smashing a bottle against that same guy's head. Everything here is made out of pure energy, heart, emotion, and honesty. Honesty is the one thing that the Bunny the Bear keeps concurrent and consistent throughout all their discography. 7 albums. That's an album every year except for 2016, which I don't know why they didn't release anything in 2016. Who knows? Who knows why they don't do records either? Who knows? But the never-relenting mixture of Joseph Garcia pulling you up and raising your expectations up in the heavens, and then the Bunny just coming down, grabbing your fucking face, choking you at the same time. I'm talking like Johnny Craig in that one picture, choking you, bringing you down into the ground and showing those expectations so much farther than you thought they already could have gone. Of course, that was supposed to be a good illusion, and it actually sounded like the Bunny takes it and makes it very low, because but hell's not a bad thing, folks. Not in this example, or really any example, because the Bible is a lie. Like I said, these two mix together so well. A lot of clean and rough vocalists, they either work well together or they flop completely. Any of the Bears, especially Joseph Garcia here, is the perfect fusion. They were made for each other, they were made for this album. Now let's go back to Bloody Lip, which without a doubt is one of the best songs ever put together by the Bunny the Bear. I mean that. It's in the top 5 songs of them. It's the best song on the album here. That's just not me fangirling. The lyrics, they never let up. The instrumentation, from pounding electronics to the absolute blazing frickin' drums. Everything is just hitting you in the face over and over until you're bloody and beaten. Kind of like what Migos did to the Witness album. I'm calling shots to all my former videos. It's this unrelenting thing that, essentially, the Bunny the Bear is that band that will leave you speechless, breathless, and maybe missing a few bones with how hard he goes to the song. Now let's go back to the singles, where really any of these songs could have been singles. Every song is made for any presentation, whether that be purely live, purely stage, or singles such as I Am Free and Love Lies. Both of these songs were very great presentations of, I'm using very and great very much so, Make America Great Again. Don't do that. They were perfect examples of what this album is, blending the more honest than ever lyricism, sorry, there's something on my wall, with the absolute energy that Matthew is still presenting to this day. He has been making music since 2008, not only in this project, but with Ramblings from the Rabbit Hole, Empty Ramblings. This guy is a machine, and he keeps on going with no signs of stopping anytime soon. The pounding electronic influence, the cathartic performance, and the clean vocals and rough vocals. I praise the interludes for being very well done, but I do have to say that, as you can expect, the interludes are the low point on this CD, as, not in the sense that they're bad songs, but they end too quickly, of course, but that's contradicting the fact because they are interludes, they're not meant to last forever. There's no really concrete way to say that, I should say. But if Last Call is weird, because it's the weakest of the interludes that leads into one of the weakest songs on the album. That's also the closer for the album. Don't get me wrong, Revisiting Romance, the entire album itself is made up of great songs, but Revisiting Romance and Last Call, they're really getting the best of both worlds here by closing out the album and letting you down slowly. Well, not slowly by any means, because again, the Bunny's voice is... That shit ain't slow, that's for sure. But it's just kind of a disappointing end. You could have put I Am Free, or Love Lies, or hell, Heart with a Hole or Rabbit Hole. Which hole do you go in? Wrong hole. Either one of those songs, any of those 4 I just listed off, could have ended off the album in quite an expert way, except for Rabbit Hole, because that was really more made for a opener. I'm rambling on just like I'm from the rabbit hole, so let's just end this before I go any further. The Way We Rust is one of the better albums of this year. It was a nice little surprise, again with 2016 being a quiet year for the Bunny the Bear, and then all of a sudden, boom, they're back. So with 4 Bears in the books, a constantly working Bunny, and a musical lineup that has the consistency of my mental health, and a fantastic album, let's end the review here. by giving it a, if I could find what I gave it in my review here, a solid 8 out of 10. Absolutely phenomenal album from the Bunny and the Bear. And like I said, their best thus far. This is a band that knows how to evolve, slightly change up their sound, but keep up the consistency just enough. Take notes of other bands, a lot like Birds, because this is how you do things over the years. So, as usual, we got a link down in the description below for you to check out the band. Let me know what you think yourself down in the comments. Let's discuss some things. What do you think of the album? What do you think of my comments? Do you disagree with me? Do you agree with me? Are you the Bunny and the Bear yourselves checking out this review? Please, I will... If the Bunny and the Bear responds to this in any way, like even likes the status, I will go through and review every single EP, album, everything. That is a promise, pinky promise, you have it. But before I ramble on and make this video any longer, thank you for watching. Like, dislike, subscribe, unsubscribe. Catch you later.